Hey everyone, today we're going to make focaccia. It is a super easy to make bread, basically flour, salt, a little bit of yeast, some olive oil and water, and you're done. It's going to sit overnight to ferment and to rise, and then you just squish it into a pan, throw whatever toppings you want on the top, and there's nothing better than hot bread that comes out at the end. It's no knead, this recipe, so you don't even have to knead the bread or anything. You just sit it in the pot and it'll all take care of itself. Super easy, just need a bit of time to wait around. Just make sure you're making it the day before, but apart from that, it'll be perfect. You need a big bowl to get this all mixed together. You're going to start off with 500 grams of flour, which I've measured out here. I've just used all-purpose flour, which is totally fine. And to that, we're going to add just a very small amount, a quarter teaspoon of yeast. So here's the yeast, just dry yeast. I put a quarter teaspoon into that. And followed by 2 teaspoons or 12 grams of sugar, salt, not sugar. And we'll just mix that all together a little bit to be in there, ready to go. And then to that, we're going to add 4 teaspoons of olive oil. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, 400 grams of water, which is also the same as 400 mils for water. And pour that all in. And that's all the ingredients. Now that we have all the ingredients in there, just get a spatula or a spoon, something like that, and mix it all together. When it gets really wet and liquidy, at the end I'm going to use my hands. I've made this mistake before of not using my hands, and you tend to get little lumps that hide in there that come into the main dough. So we really want everything to be really well mixed. Now is the part where I am just going to stir it up as much as I can. I just don't want any lumps of flour stuck in there. Just want it nice and combined. It doesn't have to look like dough. You're not kneading it or anything like this. You're just combining it. Okay, I'm just going to cover this with saran wrap and let it rest for 12 to 14 hours, and then we'll be back then. Okay, here it is all covered. We're just going to go and put it in a sunny-ish spot and let it sit there for 12 to 14 hours, and we'll be back then and see how it looks. Okay, so here's how it looks the next day. It's about 12 hours. Puffed up quite a bit. And what we're going to do now is take and put into a container. This is about 25 by 35. That sort of thing is the right thing. We want to oil it up a little bit. And we're going to oil our hands a bit. And we're going to pull this in. As possible, and just shape it into this container. It's still pretty sticky. Got some oil, nice oil on it. Fold it up a bit, turn it over, push it out. It's like Play-Doh right now. I'm just going to push it out into these corners. And then I'm going to leave it to cover it up. I can reuse this, recover it, and we will leave it for about another hour to rise up again. Okay, this is after an hour. It's risen a bit. Here it should rise for twice its size, but it's okay. We're just doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to fold it up. It's a lot more oily and good now. I'll even put a little bit more on. Slightly sticky hands. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Twist it around, flatten it out, do it horizontally, do it vertically, and squish it back out again. It's meant to be all the gluten to build up. I'll try and squeeze it out to that shape. Turn it over even. Stretch it back out. There we go, back into that shape again, roughly, and then we'll cover it up and leave it for another hour. Okay, we're just going to uncover it. You can see it's risen up a bit, nice little bubbles in there, and we're going to do that exact same thing one more time. A bit more olive oil in there, and in the pan. And we are going to look at that dough. It's quite fun actually. If you're stressed, this is a good thing to do. Turn it up that way, turn it up that way, and spread it out for one last time. After that, you can let it rise for 2 more hours. I'm going to try to fiddle it into all of the available spots. It springs back a lot. We'll do it for 2 more hours, and then we will be ready to cook it. We'll put all our toppings and stuff on it first, and then cook it. So that will be last one there, and we're done. Okay, 2 hours has passed, and in the meantime, I've preheated the oven to 220 Celsius. And now we're going to poke some holes all around here, which is fun. We're going to put in all our toppings. So I like to put in some olives. They look cool, taste good.
Smells good.
I am going to put on some sage. These from the garden. This is just some stuff I got at the garden. Here's some thyme we can put on there. And a bit of rosemary. All these things make it taste good. Push them all in. And sprinkle on a bit of like flaky salt. And put on the last of the olive oil. And then in the oven for half an hour, 30 minutes. Alright, after 30 minutes, here we are, all ready to go. And I will just I think it should just slide right out. And I will just, and let's have a look at it.
Oh, wow.
Pretty good. Ooh, ow, hot. Time to eat.